Hi everyone. I'm sitting here surrounded by my family's amazing running shoe collection from the 1960s, 70s, and beyond. My father started running in the early 1960s, and the first serious pair of shoes he owned was the New Balance Trackster. The New Balance Trackster was made starting in 1960. Every summer, my family would go up to New Balance in Watertown, Mass, and we'd buy the shoes directly from the factory, and we'd meet the owner, talk to the owner, and look over the production run from that year. New Balance in those days was a really small company. If you look them up, some years they'd have a total production run of something like 35 pairs, 100 pairs, 150. My father got in on that action, and fortunately, he was wise enough to save his pair of New Balance Tracksters. Check out that sole, check out that old style, early design from New Balance. Another pair of New Balance was called the New Balance Model 320. This is in its original box. New, never worn, never used condition, so it's mint in the original box. And in this year only, 1976, this new pair of Model 320s from New Balance did not have the familiar N on the side of the shoes. And you'll see that in the pictures and also here on this video. It doesn't have the N. Very rare, very collectible, and extremely collectible because it has the original box, and this is a new pair. If you see a pair at all out in the market, which is extremely an infrequent event, you'll see they're well worn, well used, and certainly not in this type of condition. These can be yours if you want them, and I know a lot of people do. I've got tons of Nike around here. Nike, I'm surrounded by Nike. Check out this pair. Brilliant colors, has that original sneaker smell, that fresh smell of a new, never worn pair. Totally pristine. I got Marathon Blues. Check this out. When you open the box, it's the original box again. You see that it even has its original lacing, but it has the cardboard insert that went under the tongue of the shoe. These get thrown out. The boxes get thrown out. In my opinion, and many other people's opinion, not only are the shoes a work of art, but to have the original boxes with the original logos and some of the early design elements for these various companies is just another enhancement to your collecting and to the collection that you'll see. I got some Onitsuka Tigers here. This pair of Onitsuka Tiger shoes from the early 1970s is as brilliant as the day when they were made. The ink, the colors look brilliant. You could smell the various inks. You could smell the suede that's on the side of these shoes. And if these things don't scream Munich Summer Olympics 1972, I don't know what does. I've got Adidas, I've got so many of these other companies. Here's a Brooks Brothers pair, totally new. I got Brooks, I got another Brooks in the original box. Brooks, a very respectable company from Hanover, Pennsylvania, still in business today. I used to run in Brooks. This pair, fortunately, no one ran in. New, never used, still in the box. They're tied just the way they were the day they came out of the factory. Look, we even got the original receipt. What did we pay for these? We paid $14.99. Could you imagine paying $14.99 for a pair of completely new running shoes today? This was a long time ago. That's why these are museum pieces now. I've got Sauconys in the original box. Again, check out the colors, check out the box. Very pretty. And you got the shoes, which are also works of art. Original shoes. How much did we pay for these shoes? Let's look at the original old paper receipt on carbon paper. $5. So for $5 US, you could buy a completely new pair of shoes, and we did. Well, now it's time to part with this amazing collection. One can't collect everything. I've got to find a proper home for these shoes. I know there's been a lot of interest, both from the museum and the nonprofit community looking at these shoes, as well as from private collectors. And my family and I decided that the best and most equitable way to dispose of this collection is really to offer it to the people that love this stuff and can truly appreciate it and preserve it for future generations. So I want to wish you the best of luck in bidding. I hope you get in on a piece of this collection, and thank you very much for taking a look.